So without further ado, I introduce to some to the group, but welcome to the stage, Mr. Durelle Bailey.
Good morning. All right, I'm gonna say that again. Good morning. Well, first of all, I want to thank the H.D. Woodson High School faculty and staff for inviting me here this morning. Special thanks to Dr. Richardson and Ms. Scott for coordinating with me. And I want to say thank you to all the parents and the grandparents and the uncles and the aunties and the sisters and brothers and cousins and the whole village who is here to support these students. Because as we know, many of you are also there on the tough days, so it makes it that much more special that you're here to see these students cross the threshold. And to the H.D. Woodson High School class of 2023, congratulations. Yeah, y'all did that. Listen, I don't know if anybody has told you guys, but you are the most extraordinary and astounding and fascinating graduating class in the history of this country. And I didn't say one of the most, I said the most. I'm serious. There's nobody behind me or behind you that had to graduate high school in the midst of a global pandemic. Yeah, but you're sitting right here. You crossed the threshold. Yeah. You spent 4 years in high school, one of which was kind of normal in 2019, right? And things took a turn in 2020. You spent 3 years going through tumultuous times, 3 years undergoing many changes, 3 years going through trauma and sickness and loss and all sorts of things, but nevertheless, you adapted, you worked hard, and you remained resilient. And those just happen to be the precursors to success. You know, every year, over 1.3 million students drop out of high school. That's 7,000 students a day. That's one student every 26 seconds. And by the time I'm done with my speech, about 30 students will have dropped out of high school. And that's without a global pandemic. But y'all are sitting right here. So let this day prove to everybody who's here that your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your student that's sitting right here can do anything they put their minds to, and can't nothing stop them. Yeah, can't nothing stop them. That's right. But inevitably, students, I want you to know that your struggles and your challenges and your hardships don't stop here. As you go to the next phase of your life, you are going to face some hardships, you're going to face some challenges, but I want you to have the right perspective on that, so listen to me closely. Everything that you go through in life is directly connected to your purpose in life, everything, all of it. All of the hardships is a deposit into you so that you can grow. You know, years ago in Arizona, they wanted to grow these trees, the largest trees in the world, and so these scientists got together and they created the perfect environment for tree growth. And they had the perfect soil and the perfect moisture and the perfect temperature, the perfect environment. Everything was absolutely perfect for these trees. Can you imagine if your life was perfect? You had the perfect parents, the perfect bank account, the perfect shoes, the perfect teachers, right? Everything was just perfect. And that's what happened for these trees. Everything was perfect. Until one day, the scientists came in, and these trees were growing. The scientists came in, and they noticed that the trees were looking a little bit limp. And suddenly, the trees started to die. And you know what they discovered? They discovered that since those trees had never been through anything, since they never had any snow sit on their branches, since they never had any storms come their way, they never had anything to push up against their trunks to strengthen their core, the growth that was happening for them couldn't be maintained by the foundation that was set for them. You have to understand that everything that happens to you in this life is meant for your growth so that you can handle the magnitude of what's coming your way. The next thing I want to share with you students is that you are human. So I don't care what TikTok or Instagram or Twitter tells you about yourself. You aren't perfect. So you don't have to have a filter on your phone or off your phone. You are human. What that means is that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to fail. But because of who you are and whose you are, and your ancestors and the people that marched for you to be in this seat right here, in your DNA and your genetic makeup, we expect you to come back from your setbacks. We expect you to recover from your mistakes. We expect you to try again and fail again, and try again and fail again, and try again until you get it right, until you succeed. That is the expectation. And the last thing I want to leave with you students before I take my seat is I want you to know that because of where you come from and what you look like, some people are going to have some opinions about you. They're going to already judge you before they even know you. And people that have opinions about you that don't even know you, you know what we call that? We call that projection. They're projecting how they feel about the world and their perspective on the world and their feelings about themselves onto you, but we don't internalize projection. We don't internalize those things. And what makes it even worse is that some days you may feel down yourself. And so your opinion about yourself may be low. And sometimes you may feel good about yourself. And so your opinion about yourself may be high. But that's unstable. So I got something that outranks feelings, opinion, and projection, and that's the truth. So let me give you a little bit of truth about yourself. The truth is that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The truth is that you are beautiful, you are bold, and you are brilliant. The truth is that you are strong, you are smart, and you are capable. The truth is that you are passionate, you are driven, and you are ambitious. The truth is that you are chosen, you are somebody, and you are enough. So always remember, your hardships are connected to your purpose. You never have to be perfect, and the truth will lift you up when you are feeling down. Congratulations, class of 2023. We are all so proud of you. God bless you guys.